A man stands before a mirror at dawn. He washes his hands, then carefully begins wrapping black leather straps around his arm. This isn't just a ritual. Every knot, every turn is a reminder of an ancient promise. Inside those small black boxes lie some of the oldest words ever written. They're called Tefillin, one of the most sacred connections between God and man in the Jewish faith. Every morning they are worn, every morning the same prayer is whispered. But how can such an ancient tradition still hold such deep power in the modern world? Is tefillin merely a religious symbol or a living expression of identity, faith, and belonging? Today, we'll explore one of Judaism's most sacred rituals, its meaning, its symbols, and its enduring place in the lives of millions.
Hello everyone, welcome to Culture Atlas. Today we're diving deep into one of the world's most ancient and fascinating religious traditions, Judaism. This documentary will take you through the daily rituals, mystical practices, strict dietary laws, and unique cultural aspects that define Jewish life, particularly within the ultra-Orthodox Haredi communities. From the moment they wake up to their last prayer at night, we'll explore how faith shapes every single aspect of their existence. Tefillin, prayer box ritual. One of the most visually striking Jewish practices is tefillin. These are small black leather boxes containing handwritten Torah verses on parchment. Every weekday morning, Jewish men aged 13 and above strap one box to their forehead and wrap another around their left arm with leather straps in a specific pattern. The arm tefillin is positioned to point toward the heart, while the head tefillin sits between the eyes. This isn't symbolic, it's literal. The Torah commands, bind them as a sign on your hand and let them be as frontlets between your eyes. The wrapping technique is complex, with exactly 7 loops around the arm and specific knots forming Hebrew letters. This physical act represents binding oneself to God's commandments, keeping divine law close to both mind and heart. Kabbalah and Jewish mysticism. Before we discuss the visible practices, let's start with something hidden, Kabbalah, the mystical dimension of Judaism. This isn't something everyone can access. In Haredi communities, Kabbalah is reserved for married men over 40 who have already mastered traditional Jewish texts. It's considered dangerous knowledge for the unprepared mind. The Zohar, Kabbalah's primary text, contains secret interpretations of the Torah using complex numerology called gematria, where every Hebrew letter has a numerical value revealing hidden meanings. They believe in the Ayin Ra, the evil eye, and use mystical formulas for spiritual protection. This esoteric tradition gives certain scholars special status within their communities, as they're seen as having access to divine secrets.
Mezuzah, doorpost symbols. Walk into any Jewish home and you'll notice small decorative cases attached to every doorframe, except bathrooms. These are mezuzahs, containing tiny parchment scrolls with the Shema prayer, Judaism's most important declaration. Hear, O Israel, the Lord is our God, the Lord is one. Religious Jews touch and kiss the mezuzah every time they enter or exit a room. It's not superstition, it's a commandment from the Torah to write God's words on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. These small boxes serve as constant reminders of God's presence and divine protection over the household. In Haredi homes, even closets and storage rooms have mezuzahs. Matrilineal descent and marriage. Here's something most people don't know. Judaism passes through the mother, not the father. If your mother is Jewish, you're Jewish, even if your father isn't. But if your mother isn't Jewish and your father is, you're not considered Jewish under traditional law. This matrilineal rule has existed for millennia, possibly because maternity is certain while paternity historically wasn't. Orthodox Jews don't believe in conversion the way other religions do. They actively discourage it. Rabbis are supposed to turn away potential converts 3 times to test their sincerity. Marriage between Jews and non-Jews is strictly forbidden in religious communities. This isn't about prejudice, it's about preserving the covenant community. These strict rules ensure Judaism doesn't spread widely, but remains concentrated within bloodlines. Morning hand-washing ritual. A religious Jew's day begins before their eyes even open. The moment they wake up, they must wash their hands in a specific ritual called Netilat Yadim. They believe that during sleep, an impure spirit settles on the body, particularly the hands. A special two-handled cup is kept bedside for this purpose. They pour water 3 times over each hand, alternating right, left, right, left, right, left. Only after this ritual cleansing can they say God's name or pray. This isn't about physical hygiene, it's about spiritual purity. The night is seen as a mini-death, and washing represents spiritual rebirth each morning.